Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org.
Your listening station.
Seclo Sounds brings you Soundtracks with Tony Carty.
Hello, welcome to Soundtracks here on Seclo Sounds. It's a programme of film music and I'm Tony Carty. This edition is a really mixed bag. We're exotic, we roam and we remember. We started with music by Michael Giacchino for the newest of the Planet of the Apes films. It's titled Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and Giacchino is the latest in a line of composers following Jerry Goldsmith into scoring that simian world. The score is quite good, and I thought the best section was that part of the end credits that we heard. One thing worthy of comment about this soundtrack is Giacchino's fondness for punning track titles. Aped Crusaders, Guerrilla Warfare, Give and Take, etc. Now out of the cinema, and to hear some tracks from a category of music classed as Exotica. The L label have released a collection called Exotica Classics. It's a double CD that carries reissues of 5 albums from the 1950s and 60s by the likes of Miriam Burton, Bob Romeo and Frank Hunter. And we'll hear a piece by the Buddy Collette Septet with Marnie Nixon singing. The track is from the album Polynesia and is called Gauguin.
softly padding feet ring between the trees. Low cries float up the hill. All along the waterfront at morning, dark ladies rise, and in the ribbons of color dip their feet, stand in low water that lies down with the earth and sky. They contemplate the far world through sun and the far waves. They raise the water like fire to their shoulders, head and hands. The bleeding cries from overhead fall and carry off and off. Noonday makes flesh drowsy.
Marnie Nixon, who provided the singing voice for so many actresses in screen musicals, there with the Buddy Collette Septet. Another Exotica album from Elle was a sampler one called Return to Paradise, a history of Exotica. This 25-track CD covered a wide range, and there were several film composer-related contributions. Here's a piece written by the composer of many TV themes, Earl Hagen. It's called Ngar the Maiden, and it's played by Tak Shindo. Earl Hagen's and Ga the Maiden. Also on this Return to Paradise, A History of Exotica album, there's Zulu Love Magic from the film The Mating Urge by Stanley Wilson. It's very pleasant, but not really Zulu. There we had a track from the album Return to Paradise, A History of Exotica on the L label. Of course, for a Dimitri Tiomkin obsessive like me, I hoped that the album was really the soundtrack from the 1953 South Sea Island adventure film starring Gary Cooper. It only received an ultra-rare, brief 10-inch LP release, but it did have a fine theme song, and that gained quite a wide release when performed by Nat King Cole. Music by Tiomkin, words by Ned Washington.
Come, my love, with me across the sea. return to paradise. All in life worthwhile is on that isle. Return to paradise. Velvet moon above, evil turns to love. Love evermore. Come with me and find your peace of mind. Return to paradise. Velvet moon above, evil turns to love. Love evermore. Come with me and find your peace of mind. Return to paradise.
The Shuttleworth Collection presents the tribute concert with classic hits from ABBA, Queen, Robbie Williams, Tina Turner, and many more. Advance tickets £25. Available from shuttleworth.org/tickets. Book for 10 or more for a 10% online discount. The tribute concert, Sunday, August 17 at the Shuttleworth Collection, Old Warden, Bedfordshire.
Seclo Sounds, bringing people and communities together.
Here on Soundtracks, I'd love to receive any comments, requests or complaints. There's a message facility on the station's homepage, and you can find me, Tony Carty, on Facebook, wearing my blue cap. was Holiday in Naples, from a very enjoyable album called We Love Nelson Riddle, carrying 26 tracks of his superb arrangements. That got us to Italy. Now, varying our fare, we'll have an excerpt from a classical CD. This month the Naxos label have released Harold in Italy, a CD of pieces by Hector Berlioz, performed by the Orchestre Nationale de Lyon, conducted by Leonard Slatkin, including Reverie et Caprice and the overtures Carnival Romain and Benvenuto Cellini. It's all joyous stuff. Here, from Harold in Italy, is part of the serenade. Harold in Italy, now to music by Nino Rota. Here is the theme for a film of 1955 directed by Federico Fellini called Il Bidone, The Swindle. Il Bidone, The Swindle, is on an album called Nino Rota, Music for Fellini, Part 1, 1952 to 1958. It's really impressive, the melodic content that Rota was providing. And one of the half-dozen films included on this disc is one that led to Rota having the indignity of receiving an Oscar nomination, then having it withdrawn. In early 1974, the nominations for the Best Score for the films of 1973 included Rota's score for The Godfather. However, someone noticed the similarity between the theme for that film and a tune used in the score of a Fellini film of 1958 called Fortunella, or Happy-Go-Lucky Girl. So the nomination was withdrawn. But then in 1975, the film The Godfather Part 2 collected more awards than the first one, and this time Rota scooped the Oscar statuette, even though he'd reused lots of the music from the first Godfather film. Ah, Oscar. Generally, when it comes to the score awards, it appears the statue not only lacks ears, but consistency and sense. Here's a track called Buongiorno Fortunella from the 1958 film. The significant melody occurs about a minute into the piece, but with a distinctly different tempo from the mafioso film.
The Shuttleworth Collection, Old Warden, Bedfordshire, invites you to the Flying Proms Air Show on Saturday, 16th of August. Gates open at midday. Advance price £32, with groups of 10 or more qualifying for a 10% discount. Book online now at shuttleworth.org/tickets. Then join us for this most spectacular event, featuring 2 Lancasters in full display to a backdrop of classical music performed by the National Symphony Orchestra, followed by the grand finale firework display with flying illuminated models. The Flying Proms Air Show, Saturday 16th of August at the Shuttleworth Collection, Old Warden, Bedfordshire.
You're listening to Seclo Sounds, the community radio station for Milton Keynes.
Seclo Sounds is based at the Old Rectory, the home of our studio partner, Interaction MK, and they have been bringing arts to life in Milton Keynes for over 35 years. They use the arts to improve the life chances of disabled people and others in challenging circumstances through shared creative activity. Their programmes help participants to develop creative, personal and social skills. That was a sequence called Johnny's Victory from the Western Johnny Concho, and it appears on that We Love Nelson Riddle release I mentioned earlier. David label are continuing releasing quite a few albums by jazz vocalists, and one is of 4 classic LPs reissued on a double CD by Betty Carter. On one of the albums she's joined by Ray Charles, and their set includes this Cole Porter gem.
say goodbye, I die a little every time we say goodbye. I wonder why a little, why the gods above me, who must be in the know, think so little of me. They allow you to go, and when you're near, there's such an air of spring about it. I can hear a lark somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love song finer, but how strange the change from major to minor every time we say goodbye. Every time we say goodbye.
Every time we say goodbye, I die a little. Every time we say goodbye, I wonder why a little, why the gods above me, who must be in the know, so little of me. They allow you to go. When you're near, there's such an air of spring about it. I can hear a lark somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love song finer, but how strange the change from major to minor. Every time we say goodbye.
Every time we say goodbye.
Seclo Sounds, your listening station.
You're listening to the radio programme Soundtracks, and you can hear previous programmes on a variety of platforms. Through the replay facility on the homepage of seclosounds.org, the 20 most recent programmes are available. On Spreaker.com, searching for the words Soundtracks with Tony Carty brings 10 past programmes. And on Mixcloud.com, searching for the string Seclo Soundtracks, one word, gives access to all the Soundtracks programmes to date.
tomorrow's going to bring. Might as well wonder why the winter, why the spring, for fate is the hunter, some unseen hand guides you forever, life's all been planned. Fate is the answer when a happening seems strange. Might as well face it, fate's the one thing you can't change. Have faith in the future, freedom from fear, for fate is the hunter, and the hunter is near.
That entitled music from the 1964 film Fate is the Hunter is a lesser-known number from the output of the great film composer Jerry Goldsmith. 10 years ago, in the summer of 2004, in just the one 4-week period, 4 giants of film music all passed away. Jerry Goldsmith died on the 21st of July. 2 days later, the Italian maestro Piero Piccioni died. Then on the 9th of August, David Raksin left us. And on the 18th, we lost Elmer Bernstein. It was an astonishing roster of late greats in so short a time. We've heard a Goldsmith piece, now for a Piero Piccioni. The alternative main title theme from the spaghetti western In the Name of the Father, of the Son and the Gun. Then the theme by David Raksin for 2 Weeks in Another Town, and finally part of a track called Lovemaking, from Elmer Bernstein's rejected score for The Scarlet Letter. First, it's Piccioni. Piero Piccioni's In the Name of the Father, of the Son and the Gun. Next, 2 Weeks in Another Town by David Raksin. Weeks in Another Town. Now Lovemaking, from Elmer Bernstein's rejected score for The Scarlet Letter. Music by Elmer Bernstein, rounding up a quartet of film music titans who all died within a 4-week period 10 years ago. Well, this is Tony Carty thanking you for your company, and I hope you'll join me next week for another edition of Soundtracks. I'll leave you with a song by an actress and performer who died a couple of weeks ago, and she had an impressive career in films, television and in the theatre, and she's heard here with quite an apt song from the Jerome Kern Oscar Hammerstein musical Showboat. It is Dora Bryan. I wish you happy movie listening.
Life upon the wicked stage ain't ever what a girl supposes. Stage door Johnnies aren't raging over you with gems and roses. When you let a fella hold your hand, which means an extra beer or sandwich, everybody whispers, ain't her life a whirl? Though you're warned against a ruining your reputation, when you've played around the one-night trade around a great big nation, wild old men who give you jewels and sables only live in Aesop's fables. Life upon the wicked stage is nothing for a girl.
For if listen to your bone and grieve, you must pardon us if we do not believe you. There is no doubt you're crazy about your awful stage.
I admit it's fun to smear my face with paint, causing everyone to think I'm what I ain't. And I like to play a demi-monde role with soul. Ask the hero, does he like the way I lure? Oh, when I play a hussy or a paramour. Yet when once the curtain's down, my life is pure. And how I dread it.
Life upon the wicked stage ain't ever what a girl supposes. Stage door Johnnies aren't raging over you with gems and roses.
If some gentleman would talk with reason, I would cancel all next season. Life upon the wicked stage ain't nothing for a girl.
You'll be back the season after.
If some gentleman would talk with reason, I would cancel all next season. Life upon the wicked stage ain't nothing for a girl.
MK Pulse proudly sponsors Seclo Sounds. MK Pulse is Milton Keynes' local magazine, bringing helpful information on food, health, fashion, money, travel, culture, and much more to 66,000 readers every month. Plus news, views, and what's on from around the city. If it's happening in Milton Keynes, it's in MK Pulse, and it's available online at www.mkpulse.co.uk. MK Pulse and Seclo Sounds, the heart and soul of the city.